But he's still gonna fight though, you know. Read.
And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth.
Right, because when he shoots the beam, it makes a sound. It's like a big, you know what I mean? It makes a big sound. That's why I said the voice. That's talking about the sound of the laser beam. Yeah? Read.
All day burned that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth.
All day burnt that heard his voice. And don't forget, the chariot he's coming with, his spirit is in the chariot. It tells you that in Ezekiel. The spirit of the angels are in their chariots. So when he makes that sound, the chariot shoots the laser beam, man. Read it.
Right. Who there burned that heard his voice,
right?
Like as the earth faileth when it feeleth the fire. And after this I beheld, and lo, there were gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of the heavens.
Yeah, all the nations are going to join in. Because like we said, after the elect left, they had a space force already. So now within that time frame that the elect left, they've gone into their think tanks and they've all come together under whatever banner with the RFID chip on the table, having already been implemented. And now all of them are going to come together to try and fight the Israelites from taking over the world. You understand? That's what the other nations are going to be planning. Read.
Right. From the four winds of the heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea.
Right, the sea is talking about, like I said, if you look up there, it looks like an ocean. It's blue. There's an ocean up there. Yeah? Read. So I can't see how Esau said he managed to go up there with a rocket, because the water would have put out the flame, innit? This guy got away with shit, you know. And also when you go up there, it gets cold. You know how cold it is up there?
Yes.
And then after you get past the cold, it gets hot. Because there's a Van Allen belt. So you go...
Everything freezes. Everything freezes as well, yeah?
Right, so if you go up into space and there's no oxygen, yeah?
How's fire burning then?
Exactly.
Alright. How's fire burning?
How's fire burning? Exactly. Because there's a Van Allen, there's a radiation belt around the earth.
Right.
So even if you get past that first hurdle of going through that cold, because the temperature up there is so cold.
Right.
Ask any of these fighter jet pilots. If they go a couple meters above their mark, the screen starts to get frosted.
Even when you're flying in the aeroplane, man, and you look through the window, man, you can see the cold on the window, man.
Yeah, it's cold up there, man.
It's like, to be honest, it's like
They've admitted it.
No, we never went to space.
Right.
Literally, these things are out there, man.
Yeah.
The Father says, Yahweh says, ask. If you want to know something, ask, investigate, learn. Go in this book, man, and you know what I mean. Stay awake, man, because like all the information is there, man. The Lord says our people just reject knowledge. That's the problem.
Rejected knowledge, man.
So it's going to reject you as well.
It's like, yeah, going back to what Cap was saying as well, yeah, about the fighter jets, yeah. They even told, like, in case of emergency, they have to come down a certain level, yeah, before they can inject out of their planes in case of an emergency. Yeah, exactly. They can't go up that high and then try and inject. They're going to be floating up there, isn't it? Like, you know
and a lot of them, they've got like a mask on their face.
Right,
because they can't even breathe up there, man. But yet you see these damn astronauts floating around in the plane.
Damn lies, man.
Hey, how did they get away with this shit, man?
They got away with
the green thinking behind it. The thing is, we put these demons, right,
on a pedestal.
On a pedestal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they put them on a pedestal. That's all it is.
That's all it is, man. Like I said, it all goes back to the Wizard of Oz. Okay, but their minds ain't wizard like ours.
That's right. It's like you're saying, yeah, in the scriptures it says, as above and so below. So you're saying, when you go past the pulpit, it gets hotter, isn't it?
Yeah, it gets
even
hotter.
when they go into the sea, when you get to a potent truck, but the mode you go down is more.
It gets hot as well,
So,
exactly.
you know,
So it's like you got the water and you got the fire. The water and the fire. You see what I'm saying? Because the fire's around the water. How do you even explain that? Isn't the water meant to put the fire out? But yet they're coexisting. That's the power of 𝐤𝐿𝐻𝐿, man. Okay? And think about it. Leviathan lives in the ocean, but yet he breathes fire. What's the science behind that? It says that his coals are kindled by his breath. They can't even explain that. That's what we're saying, you know? But anyway, where we at? Yeah, read that second edge. Go close us.
Second Edges 13 and verses 6.
Yeah.
But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew upon it.
Right?
But I would have not seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven.
Right. The reason why it said that he graved himself, because you see, a chariot can only land on a mountain, man. Because the chariot has fire around it. So it needs a mountain to land on. You understand? It can't land on this flipping floor. It has to be, because when Moses went to see 𝐤𝐻𝐿 to get the law, the chariot landed on the mountain. And the whole place was smoked. It was like a black smoke, because the chariot was burning the mountain. That's why there was smoke everywhere. And imagine Moses had to walk into that smoke. Apparently Aaron passed out, you know. Aaron and the rest of them passed out.
Not just that, but you know, mountains they're separate. They're holy places, they're mountain peaks, because you don't get many people go up there and defile it. You know what I'm saying? All these places, all these shit get defiled, but they're very separate from everything. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean?
I was going to say that, you know, in order for them to even lay the tarmac down, it has to be heated. And even when we get certain heat waves, it melts the tarmac, you know. So that's just saying, how's the chariot going to land on this ground? It's going to melt the mountain.
Melt it.
It has to land on the mountain.
And also, if you think about it, what creates mountains? Volcanic eruptions.
That's right.
So it's only right that the chariot of fire lands on the mountain. So he said he graved himself a mountain and landed on it, and what happened? You see, a lot of times people read the scripture, but they don't understand what it's saying.
Right, this is Second Edges 13 and 7. But I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven,
Right.
and I could not.
Yeah, because the chariot was so big, it covered the whole thing. It was just sitting on it. So all you can see is just the chariot. You can't even tell the beginning from the end. It's a big chariot, man. Yeah?
And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet does fight.
Right?
And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude,
Yeah,
that
because
came,
Esau was coming with his missiles and the mother of all bombs, the drone technology. 𝐤𝐻𝐿 was like, right, this little insect. And what did he do?
right. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came,
Right?
he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war,
Right?
but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire.
Right, so the chariot shot out a laser beam. Blast of fire, thunder, any kind of form of energy you can think about. Electricity. Imagine all the elements in one. Thunder, rain, fire, electricity, whatever. Anything that destroys you. All in one fireball. And then what happened?
Right. And out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests.
Right? Sparks and tempests. Where'd you get a spark from? Electricity, man. Right?
And they were all mixed together. The blast of fire,
The blast of fire.
the flaming breath,
Right?
and the great tempest,
Right?
and fell with violence upon the multitude.
And fell with violence upon the multitude, man. That's what's coming. Exactly.
Which was prepared to fight, and burned them up, every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude,
Right?
nothing was to be perceived.
Did you hear that? Nothing was to. So basically, the chariot fire, it sends you back to factory settings. Because don't forget, it said in the beginning, the Most High created man from the dust of the ground. So if you get hit with a laser beam, it sends you back to your natural element. And now you just be looking at you, nigga, look at you now. You're just a piece of sand. I ain't even gonna make
And
you.
you know that's the spirit. You know they say with the smoke. But only dust and smell of smoke
only dust and smell of smoke.
When I saw this, I was afraid.
He said, when I saw this, I was afraid, because Esdras was seeing things.
Yo.
Yeah, go on.
Right. Afterward, I saw the same man come down from the mountain and call unto him another peaceable multitude.
Yeah, so Yahushua come out of the chariot, and then the Israelites come to meet him. Okay?
Right. And there came much people unto him,
Yeah.
whereof some were glad, some were sorry.
Some were what?
Some were sorry.
You see, some of our people are going to be sorry, everlasting shame. Those that rejected Yahweh Bashim Yahushai.
Right.
You celebrities that sold out, man.
Right.
The ones that rejected the gospel.
Right. Some of them were bound, and others.
Oh, some of them were bound. Did you hear that? Slavery. You Edomites are going in slavery. The heathens are going in slavery. Some of them were bound, and what?
And other some grew of them that were offered. Then was I sick through great fear.
That were offered. You know how it says the Ethiopians, they shall make supplication unto thee. So they're gonna offer themselves. They'll be like, yeah, we can do this. They'll be like, we can cut wood. They'll be like, yeah, we can grave. You know, that's when they're all gonna start coming around and they're gonna try and show their talents. But yeah, we'll be like, we've got all the talent, we don't need you. You know? Because you can do anything better than us. Nobody.
Then was I sick through great fear, and I awaked and said.
Right, so that was a dream Esdras had. Okay? Yeah, I think that's it on that, man. So yeah, let's get one more scripture and then we'll close out. Get Micah 5 and 7. Sure. Micah. Any more precepts?
That the Hebrews always say ashes to ashes and dust to dust. So that's what they're gonna get.
Hey, they showed you that in Avengers. You saw what happened in the end game. They turned into dust, didn't it? Hey, Amalek is the devil, man.
Remember Fifth Element, they have all the elemental stones from the wind, fire, and water, finding that beam come up to stop that, you know, that planet coming in the moon.
Yeah. Get that Micah 5 and 7, yeah. That's in the Bible. Yeah, read it.
It's the book of Micah, chapter 5, verse 7.
Right?
And the remnant of 𝐤𐄄𐅃 shall be in the midst of many people,
Right?
as a dew from Yahweh Bashim Yahushai,
Right?
as the showers upon the grass,
Yeah?
that tarrieth not for man, nor waiteth for the sons of men.
Right?
And the remnant of 𝐤𝐄𝅃 shall and the remnant of 𝐤𝐄𝅃 shall be among the Gentiles,
Right?
in the midst of many people,
Right?
as a lion among the beasts of the forest,
Right?
as a young lion
Right?
among the flocks of sheep, who if he go through,
Right? And he will go through, by the way. It says if he goes through, but he will go through. Right?
who if he go through down and tear it in pieces,
And what?
and tear it
in pieces.
and none can deliver.
And what?
And none can deliver.
Exactly. So that's what's coming. No one can. Hey, they haven't even been able to deliver themselves out of this spiritual slaughter. You understand? Because no one has been able to challenge us in the scriptures, man.
That's right.
We're still waiting.
That's right.
So it says none can deliver. Anyway, with that, we're going to close out. We're going to give all praises
To Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, Hashem, 𝐿𝐿.
Double honors to the elders that are teaching the right doctrine. Salutations to the brothers that are pushing this word and truth is sincere. Kwame.
Whoa.